Sometimes you're a fire, sometimes you're a ghost. Sometimes you can give me all the things that I love the most. Sometimes you're a queen, sometimes you're a curse, and sometimes a whole lot worse. Yeah, nobody's quite like you.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode number 32 of Blue Hell Worldwide here at Sporting Kansas City, and today we are taking on Marseille home then away as we try and qualify for the Champions League for the first time in this World Super League save. So if you're looking forward to that, then do remember to go down below, leave a thumbs up on the video, and if you haven't done so already, also remember to hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on as well, and leave a comment down below. Happy birthday, Grace, as well. That would be quite nice as well. But today, as I said, we're going to try and qualify for the Champions League for the first time in this World Super League save, and to do that we have to go through Marseille, a very tough test for us, as you can see somewhat by their quite happy faces there and the key employees, most notably the manager Jorge Sampaoli. He looks very happy for a manager, which is somewhat disturbing, and also Andre Ayew looking quite happy there, but they find themselves in first in League On at the moment, unbeaten as well, so this is going to be really tough for us if we're going to try and make our way through to that Champions League for the first time. We're going to be using our rotation team as well because of the league fixtures we have surrounding that, but we have played one game since we kicked off the league season in yesterday's episode, which if you missed, I'll leave a link to above my head. So we'll show you guys the highlights of the game against the Estudiantes. Away from home we were for this one, and it was still 0-0 at halftime, but at the 51-minute mark, we had a corner which Gazelle put into the mix. A very messy Mecha with a shot block, then Punchek, and eventually Alan Pulido slide tackles that into the back of the net, and we pick up 3 points, which was quite huge. But you look at the stats, we really should have battered those guys, and the fact that our goal came in such ugly fashion is almost embarrassing. That was a much better performance compared to what we put out in yesterday's episode and the one before that. But yeah, a little bit concerning that we didn't take our chances more than we did, but we'll take that all day long. 3 points to get us out of that relegation zone. As you can see here, we are just outside it, not by much, but those 3 points, very important, and hopefully now we can start stringing together just a little bit better form in the league after that rough start against two pretty good teams, to be fair, in Palmeiras and Santos. So a little bit of confidence going into this first leg of this Marseille tie today, but definitely a tough ask for us. But unfortunately, prior to that Estudiantes game, we suffered a nearly season-ending injury to one of our players. They're going to be out for most of the season. It's our centre-back, who should normally be a reserve centre-back, wasn't at the moment, with Bjortuft still recovering from injury. But Andrew Fontast has done his cruciate ligaments, is going to be out for somewhere between 6 to 8 months. So that is a big blow for us. Wouldn't have been a regular starter for us this season, but at the moment he was, while Bjortuft was still getting back. So what that means is that Punchek comes into the first choice starting 11 until Bjortuft is fit alongside Vandenberg. But it's time to see whether we can get a leg up in the home league. Hopefully we can, otherwise I think we will be pushing it uphill away from home, because in these two-legged games we have tended to be quite bad in the away league, so we need a good result here in the home league against Marseille. Let's see if we can do it at Children's Mercy Park. And here are the team sheets for this Champions League qualifier first leg. We're putting out our full rotation. As I said, we're going to save our first 11 players for the league, albeit Punchek is starting alongside De Queiroz for this game, with Bjortuft still only able to play those 45 minutes. Vandenberg can cover on the bench. So our centre-backs, we're having to play a few of them in a row and just sort of having to rotate between Punchek and Vandenberg for that at the moment. But hopefully Bjortuft isn't too far away. But otherwise it is the full rotation. Anthony Ray is up top. Hopefully he can keep his good form from last season going, and we can pick up a decent result at home here against a good Marseille team. As you can see on the right there, I've got Mandanda, Luke Ayling, Andre Ayew. It's a very good team. Kevin Campbell on the bench, as well as Louis Henry, Kevin Sturtman. They have a deep squad, going to be tough for us, but hopefully we can do something decent in this home league. 14 minutes gone, we have a throw-in so far, all the action with Marseille, but we haven't seen a highlight, as none of their 4 shots that they have had have been on target. So we're holding on for the moment, as they are in the dark black, come navy blue I think it is, and they do head that away out to Andre Ayew, making his way down the right wing, the former Swansea City man, with his ball head shining oh so beautifully in the night skies of Kansas City. But the ball does fall there to Daniel Shallow. We try and play out from the back, and we're doing an okay job of it. Some interesting passing there across in front of goal. But a nice ball there for Anthony Reyes, a great chance, but a good save there from Mandanda, and still it remains 0 after 15 minutes. And that is half-time. Only the one highlight that we saw, which was in our favour, but overall Marseille dominating things as you would expect, but not doing too badly. If we can just pinch a goal or two in the second half, we'll keep ourselves right in this fight. We're going to make one change at half-time. Louis Martins at left back on a yellow card and a 6.4 rating. So Ambloise Iyongo to come on for him, but hopefully we can sneak a goal in the second half of this home league here against Marseille. 1 minute into the second half, and Marseille with a throw, and they get that into Radonjic. Lajos nearly gets the ball off him there, but they end up playing that out to Bernardo. Ball in. It is De Queiroz that was heading that away. Nearly called him Eli Sanchez because names appearing quite similar in terms of being double-barreled when they came up, but it was indeed De Queiroz, and they are back in position there though after we cleared the ball. Marseille ailing out to Ayew. And we nearly get this back. Shalaway, now there's a slide tackle in there. Didn't think it looked too dangerous, but the referee is going over and it's a red card for Andre Ayew. That is a big moment in the game. Hopefully we can take advantage of it. Still 0 after 50 minutes. And just after that red card, we will make our second substitution. Doyle Hayes has picked up a yellow card on a 6.4 rating. Similar situation to Martins. We'll bring Gianluca Busio on for him and hopefully make the most of this one-man advantage. 54 minutes gone and we have a throw-in just inside our half here, and hopefully, as I said, can make the most of this man advantage. This could be the turning point in the game, and we make the most of it straight away. Jonas Lajos with a beautiful ball over there for Anthony Reyes, and he gets on the score sheet in his first competitive start for the club this season, so he's keeping his good form going from last season. As the 17-year-old, I believe he is now. Two of our younger players linking up quite nicely there. Good finish after one touch into the top left corner. Too good for Mandanda. And we go 1-0 up after 55 minutes. 57 minutes gone and we are back down the other end for a throw-in to Marseille. Just outside the box, Walter nearly gets the ball back for us there, but Punchek with the clearance. But Marseille back in position. Hopefully we don't concede while they're down to 10 men. That would be a bit of a frustration. Could be a turning point in this tie. If we can get another goal, that would set things up very nicely for the second leg. Shallowy over for Jones. Wonderful ball. And Craig Jones gets that past Mandanda, and it's two of our youngest players at the club, of course, players who came through in our first youth intake, and they have scored in pretty short order next to each other. Shallowy with a ball over the top here once he gets going forward just inside our own half. The defence just not really covering Jones there, and he's able to just bang that past Mandanda before he can get set. And we go 2-0 up just shy of the hour mark here in the first league against Marseille. 71 minutes gone here. Marseille with a throw-in. Hopefully we can keep them out. As I said, it would be nice to not concede an away goal. And as soon as I say that, Olivier Mitchum with a wonderful strike. Not much we can do about that, even with the man advantage. I just think that's a bit of brilliant play there from Mitchum. It's a really good strike. Strootman just gives it to him. He nearly got closed down there, but is able to fire that into the top left corner. Not much Melia can do there. And it is 2-1 with about 16 minutes to go. We'll make a change here because De Queiroz on a 6.4 rating. We'll just try and shore up that defence here. So Sepp Vandenberg can come on for him and he'll go out to the right side where he's more comfortable as well. But those are our changes. 2-1 up with 14 minutes to go in the first league. And we've entered injury time. Not much has happened since that goal to Marseille, but I think we'll take this result. A little bit frustrating that we conceded a goal when they were down to 10 men. That certainly was a turning point in this league, but we hung in there pretty well, picking up a 2-1 win. It might not be enough going into the second league, as we do tend to struggle against these good teams away from home, but we'll take that. We'll take the advantage because Marseille are a very good team. That's one of the first losses they would have suffered this season. So we have the 1-goal advantage going into the away league. We'll come back shortly, show you guys highlights from a game in the league against table-topping Corinthians, and then we will be back for the second league. Okay, back before the second leg of the Marseille game with that goal advantage going into that away tie. But first off, we had a home league game against top of the table at that stage, Corinthians. We played pretty well throughout this game, but unfortunately conceded the first goal of the game. Romero holding the ball just outside the box over for Abdu there. He's able to square one there for Rodrigo Valanda, and they make it 1-0, 5 minutes shy of half-time. And unfortunately, that's how things finish. You look at the stats. We really should have been able to get a point out of that game. It's the first game of the season where we haven't really got what we deserved. I felt like those first two games in yesterday's episode, we thoroughly deserved to lose those. But that game, really should have picked up a point, especially the goal that was ruled out for offside there in the 8th minute to Alan Polito. If we have a quick look at that, I'm not too sure if they'll show the actual offside that was given against him, but he looked pretty even with the defender once we get to it here. Jala with the ball, it looked like Polito was onside, and when they checked the offside, it looked like he was onside as well, but they ruled it out through VAR, so feeling a little bit hard done by for that one, but I suppose we'll take it. We might get the luck coming our way off the back of that, but yeah, that was a bit of a harsh one. I felt like that goal that was ruled out to Polito and the way we played, looking at the stats, I think we deserved something out of that game. Should have had more shots on target, considering the amount of shots we had more than Corinthians, but fair play of them. They get 3 points out of that. We don't, and we drop back into the relegation zone, albeit very narrowly, only on goal difference after 4 games of the season. But we're putting out the rotation team again for the second leg at the Stade Lange Velodrome against Marseille. Hopefully, we can make the most of the 1-goal advantage from the first leg and make our way through to the Champions League group stage. And here are the team sheets for the second leg. Our starting 11 exactly the same. The only change that we have made is that Wendell Lesser, a young midfielder who we signed, I can't remember if it was this past transfer window or midway through last season, but he is a Brazilian youngster who's going to cover for Gianluca Busio, who just needs a rest at the moment, so he can fill his spot he'd usually have on the bench there. But that's the only change we've made. Looks like Marseille have just changed things up a little bit. The likes of Campo, Louis Enrique coming into the starting 11. Hopefully we can hold on to that 1-goal advantage we got from the first leg. Okay, 8 minutes gone, and the highlight started with Marseille having already put the ball in the back of the net, which is interesting. Now, the referee has come over for this, so I presume it's going to get ruled out for VAR, and it has, which is thankful because we didn't actually see what happened there, so we better keep an eye on the replay. Bernardo with the goal. Campbell played this back to Croissants, and there's a couple of them offside there, including Bernardo, so a good decision, and we hold on to our 1-goal advantage after 10 minutes. 13 minutes gone, Marseille down their end of the field again, so looking dangerous early on in their traditional white with the blue trim. Put a ball over the top there for Radonjic, and his header goes over the bar, but they're starting off dangerously, but still it remains 0-0. 16 minutes, we're down the other end, a free kick for Louis Martin, trying to curve that into the right-hand side of goal, puts it wide, and still 0-0. 23 minutes gone, and we've got a free kick just inside our own half, but we get it up to Ili Sanchez and start to go forward. Doyle Hayes nearly loses possession there, but then Craig Jones gets the ball from him. It is Shaloy with a shot deflected onto the post there from Mandanda, and they keep it out, but we were very close to extending our advantage to 2 goals there, and in fact, they're going to use goal line technology. I think it just came off the post and the goalkeeper, so never really too threatening, but a good save from Mandanda to keep it at 0-0. And now we go down the other end for a Marseille throw, so they're looking quite dangerous in this game so far. Croissants over on the ball, puts one in there towards the far post, and it forces a good save out of Amelia. So action at both ends here. We're clinging on to this 2-1 lead. 37 minutes gone. We've got a throw in just inside the right half of the pitch for us, and Craig Jones has the ball, but that's a terrible pass straight to Louis Enrique. They pump that deep. Punchik should be able to tie things up for us here, though. Plays a ball in field, just finds Ilya passing very sloppy, and now head gives the ball away to Louis Enrique as well. So some poor stuff from us. Good slide tackle there from Punchik, but they will keep possession here. Will Marseille play it over for Nick Cham, who got that good goal in the first league. Ball in there for Salas, and his header hits the crossbar, but some really poor passing there. Nearly made to pay for it, but still it remains 2-1 on aggregate, although we are getting shown the goal kick straight from that crossbar shot from Salas, and really another poor pass that time. Lyshoj Radonjic is 1-on-1 with the keeper and puts it away, and in the end our poor passing comes back to haunt us. That's the worst I've seen us pass since we started the save. Really, that's some shocking stuff from us in the last couple of minutes. Lyshoj with a ball over the top, trying to make Doyle Hayes run onto it, but it was picked out by one of the Marseille players, and that's get us there far too easily. Some poor stuff those last few minutes passing-wise, and they get a 1-0 lead on the day, and it's 2-2 on aggregate. 40 minutes gone, thrown to Marseille. We have told our guys just to keep the passing a little bit shorter after that little sequence leading to the first goal, though. Olivier Mitchum with another wonderful strike from outside the box. Not much short passing can do to prevent that, and they go 2-0 up on the day, 3-2 on aggregate, and just before halftime, they have turned this tie around straight from the throw. Natcham given too much space. Potentially Melia should be doing better there, but it was a nice fizz shot, and it's 2-0 just before halftime. They have a corner shortly off the back of that. Melia will deal with that, and hopefully we can get down the other end here and try and get back into this tie and get it all square going into the second half. We pump this deep. They do win the header. Do Marseille and Louis Henry, who pinched a few of those balls when they got their first goal up to Salas. Tight angle, has a crack, comes off the crossbar, so they are all over us here at the moment, and they have a 1-goal advantage going into halftime. And that is halftime. Pretty poor half from us, truth be told. They have absolutely dominated us here, have Marseille, albeit the first goal we conceded, I think we did help them out quite a bit with some poor passing. We're going to make some changes. Our youngsters, Lyshoge and Jones, put in some of those poor passes before on poor ratings of 6.1 and 6.2 respectively, so they can come off for Olasunde and Gazelle respectively. But to be fair, most of the team not performing well. Need to give them a bit of a rack up at half time as we're 1 goal behind coming into the second half. 57 minutes gone. It's a free kick here to Marseille. Croissants tries to put that over the wall. It falls to Tavares. Now Saju from a tight angle, and it finds the back of the net with a bit of help from the crossbar, and they might have just done enough here to seal this game. 3-0 on the day, 4-2 on aggregate, and that is not what we wanted. We probably needed to be the next team to score. We dealt with the free kick well enough, but then Saju just given too much space there on the left. A really good finish with help from the crossbar, as I said, and it's 3-0 and 4-2 on aggregate with a half hour to go. And now we do have a goal kick, but we're going to need to try and turn this around very shortly if we're going to get back into this game. Yet again, we're sort of blowing it in the second leg, which we've done quite a few times over the last couple of years in these two-legged ties and sort of Champions League qualifying and the like. As Radonjic, who got one of the goals in the first half, makes his way down the right, puts a ball in. We do just deal with it, but he does get it back. Now Nick Chum, who's now scored a couple of really important goals from outside the box to give them the advantage. It's to Louis Henrique from Luke Ayling, and he heads that very nicely into the bottom right corner. And I think we're going to be playing Europa League football again here this season at Sporting Kansas City. 5-2 on aggregate, 4-0 on the day. They are just way too classy from us, a little bit angry after we beat them in the first league. I suggest Louis Henrique, given too much space in the box there. Good header. And off the back of that goal, we will make our last substitution. Louis Martins on a 6.0 rating, and Blois Iyongo to come on for him. Half hour to try and turn this around. 5-2 down on aggregate. 69 minutes gone. It's a throw in here for Marseille in a good area of the pitch for them. We've told our boys to be a little bit more direct with the ball. I thought Daniel Shalloy might just get to that before the Marseille player there, but he doesn't. And Ayling plays a ball. That's a poor one to Iyongo, and now Shalloy is on the ball for us. Back out to Iyongo, and hopefully we can at least get something out of this game attacking wise. Iyongo back to Shalloy. Eli Sanchez back over to Iyongo, gets past his man, so this could work into something for us here down this left-hand side. Doyle Hayes on a 6.1, back over for Illy. Remy Walter. Gazelle with a wonderful curving shot. This time we get the help from the crossbar. It's a first goal for the club in competitive football for Rashid Jazal, and we get this back to 4-1 on the day. 5-3 on aggregate, still 20 minutes left. So if we can get another one shortly off the back of this one, we would be back in this game. It's a really good strike there from Gazelle, but we're going to need a few more of those. Still 2 goals down with 20 minutes to play. And we enter injury time. Nothing has happened since we got that first goal of ours, and it is 4-1 on the day. It finishes. A poor performance from us, it has to be said. Marseille a lot better than us, could have really won that game by more. Surprised their XG was only 2.2. We snuck a goal out of it late, but in the end didn't mean much, and unfortunately we blow another first league lead at home. We've done that a few times now when going away in the second league, but to be fair, Marseille a very good team, so not overly unexpected, especially with the rotation team, but a lot of our players not performing as well as they did in the first league in this one. And in the end, we will be playing Europa League football, missing out 5-3 to Marseille, and we'll come back shortly and show you guys what group we do get in that Europa League. And we are back, and we have a Europa League group, and this looks like the toughest one that we've got since we've been in the Europa League so far. We have made it to the Europa League, and each of the 3 years we've done with this Blue Hell Worldwide Safe, but this looks like our toughest one yet. The likes of Mulder, who are a sneaky good team, I suspect, PSV Eindhoven, Lens, Sassuolo, and 7-time winners of the competition, Sevilla. That's the team that we really need to worry about. They're probably going to top the group. It's going to be a bit of a fight between the rest of the 5 teams in this group to see who can get out of the group. We've done it in the past 2 years that we've been in this Europa League, but this looks like the toughest task that we've had so far here, albeit we do have a deeper squad this time, but that's a pretty tough group. It might be the first time that we've failed to make knockout football in the Europa League since starting this Blue Hell Worldwide save. But some interesting matchups we've got coming up over the next few months out of this Europa League group. Hopefully we can do a little bit better than we did last year, where we made the round of 32 getting knocked out by Arsenal. But as I said, that group's a pretty darn tough one. Will be interesting to see just how well our rotation team can do in that competition. But that will do for today's episode. Good first league win against Marseille, but then we blew it in the away league, but starting to play a little bit better, more consistently. So hopefully that can carry over into the league. In terms of when we come back next, now I've got some Europa League games drawn. I think we're going to come back in September. We will close out the transfer window. I am still trying to get Yusufa Makoko back on loan, but he's still not interested. We're going to do another push towards trying to get him back on the last day of the transfer window. That's really all I can see us doing, maybe loaning out a few players as well, but I think we did most of our business earlier in the transfer window. So next episode, we'll bring you guys any updates if we do any business there, and we'll come back late in September, I think, for games against Monterrey in the league and Sassuolo in the Europa League as well. I think we might do for the next couple of months some doubles around the Europa League and the City A League, just to keep you guys updated with both of those competitions. And we also would have played a couple of Europa League games by then as well against PSV and Molde, which are games that we probably need to be winning if we want to progress out of our group, even if they are away from home. But if you did enjoy today's episode, as I said, good first league win against Marseille, but then we somewhat blew it away from home in the second. Then do remember to go down below, leave a thumbs up on the video, and if you haven't done so already and enjoy the content here on the channel, also remember to hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on as well. And until tomorrow, when we'll be taking on Monterrey and Sassuolo, thank you very much for watching. Keep on keeping on, and I'll see you then. Cheers.
Sometimes